Hello, everybody. Fear My Games here with a new part of the DI Cimmeria campaign. So, we are here defending against the Scythian garrison and army who've decided to attack us. They're a pretty menacing horse lord army. That's a lot of horsemen. We don't have a crazy amount, but we have lots of cavalry forces, so hopefully it'll be enough to allow us to win and be victorious. This army has been experimental by having these young horses instead of spearmen, so we'll see if that pays off. It's not quite our most up-to-date army, but it is more up-to-date than some of our other armies. So we will see if it's able to take Dax. The garrison army itself is not going to be a threat, but I'm more concerned about the army, which is a very, very strong horse force. And in real life, they'd be quite the problem. But for us, it's not real life, so makes our lives a bit easier. But it does mean that we have to be very careful with my archer forces, and I want to kind of actually change up how I use them considering what we're up against. So I'm going to do a little bit more of a checkerboard that way, and spread them out a little bit more. The reason I'm trying to spread them out a little bit more is I want to make sure that if a horse unit gets in, this one unit's not going to be enough to disrupt my entire archer line. My archer line is going to be my key to success. So that's one reason why I'm spreading out in such a way as to try and do that. It does make it a little bit harder to defend it, I admit, but there's nothing we can really do about that. We're going to need to just spread out our hoplites a little bit more. They'll leave some gaps. I'll make them a little bit weaker, but nothing we can do about it now. We'll play fast and loose with our cavalry to try and make use of them. We'll have our Scythians over here. Oops. You guys can. I'm actually going to shift the line over a little bit. I'm actually going to shift that guy there, a little here, a little bit there, a little bit there. That should, I think, be a little bit better. And then the Scythians, I'm going to actually have on this flank here. I'm going to move the axemen over here. And then I'm going to need to spread these two out. These guys are going to be my attack horses. These guys are going to be my more defensive horses. And of course, our elephants are going to be one of our primary sisters in this battle to try, but we have to play them a little bit on the safe side because we want to make sure that they. Oops, you're just supposed to just YouTube on yourselves. Okay, start battle. I want to make sure these guys all understand that we're playing a defensive battle here. So where does the enemy reinforcements come from? Okay, so it's from the direction of the enemies at least. Okay, the AA is moving up to attack us. I was gonna say I'm not sure if they're gonna be smart and wait, or if they're going to immediately attack me. But it looks like they're gonna immediately attack me, which means that they'll be at half strength. So basically, we're fighting one army, one after another, instead of two at the same time, which will be good for us. As individually speaking, our armies are better than theirs. Looks like they started coming into the firing line of our archers. I want you to focus fire on the enemy cav archers if possible. So those guys are going to be the primary threats to us. Looks like we've already slaughtered a large amount of the enemy's cavalry forces through sheer archer concentrated fire. Perfect job, boys. Alright, we're going to be able to. I would love to be able to engage my archers currently against the enemy's archers now, but unfortunately, we're not in a good spot to do that right now. Because by the time I engaged my current cav, the enemy cav would be there and they'd be surrounded. So I need to once again play the defensive So I'm actually going to move these guys up here. I'm going to move my hoplites up more to kind of cover this guy's flank, and then I'm going to engage with my javies around them while my cavalry will kind of swamp this guy. I'm going to get my cav involved here. I didn't even notice these guys got attacked. Good thing my Adricians are much better than... No, these aren't the Adricians. These guys are the ones I sent up here to be defensive. The Adricians are the ones who are right here. You're light on them, so you should very easily be able to keep up. And you're not... Oh, you're set to guard mode. That's why you're not chasing. I didn't realize I grabbed them on that one. Okay, now we can start engaging our cav. Be really good for us. Now I'm going to start focus firing on the enemy cav once again. Wiping them out because they're the major threat. We're about to be engaged over here. Bit of a weak counter charge. That's going to be the best we're going to be able to do. So we're going to need to clean up this front now as best we can. Moving those guys over here now that we've secured this flank. Now it's the right flank that's the one going to be the most pressured. That one's going to be broken by us. Looks like the enemy archers, cavalry are being beaten. Looks like they're very light cav against my very very heavy cav. So we're doing just fine against them right now. Looks like the shock cavalry went into my axemen instead of my all-important still my hoplites. So that means we'll need to get these cav involved here, general involved there. Keep up the fighting there. You guys, I want you to involve in that battle just to assist. These guys are outnumbered right now. My general's fighting that guy one-on-one. It should very easily win that battle, and then he can support. My archers need to keep firing at the enemy's weak points. And their strong, to an extent. I'm also having to fire at their strong points, but not in quite the way that, you know, I feel like saying that that way kind of implies. Those guys should break, I think. We'll see. I'm gonna invest my elephants in that battle now. So archers carry more ammunition than the enemy's archers, like horse archers do. So that is one of our advantages here. My horses are losing now because of the fact that the enemy has more cav than I do. So it's trying to win the backline engagement. I'm going to fall back this unit back to my lines. Where are these guys? Alright, group 1, you guys are going to come over here now. I'm going to walk you guys now. Perfect. These guys are exactly what I need. These guys are very good for chasing down these horse lords. I'm very glad I have these guys. Our archer advantage has now been negated because of the fact that the enemy steals archers, but we do not. So that's a bit of a problem for us. We're not going to chase them yet. Mostly because we don't really have the power to do so effectively yet. Not until all of our cav are able to be brought into the battle. Perfect. Okay, so we've completely cleared out the enemy as a threat now, in terms of... Now this is where we start getting ourselves engaged. Unit is losing decisively, exactly what I like to see. Let's start engaging these guys over here. We're just going to start moving up our hoplites to attack the enemy, because that's the only thing we can really do at this point. Axe Warriors aren't really going to put up a bunch of fights, so we're just going to keep them back here. We do have our Thracians over here who will be perfect in a fight if we can get them involved. Walking these guys is good, they're now fresh, I'm going to start running them again. It looks like the enemy is not skirmishing away, probably because they only have archers left for the most part, so I guess that's why they're not skirmishing. That's my only guess about why they're not skirmishing right now. This is perfect for us, is now we're able to take out what remains of their archers. Oh, but I charged a cavalry unit I completely forgot about. But thankfully I got a little bit of a counter charge off, so at least we'll hopefully negate some of the damage that they've taken. Especially against the unit that's a lot smaller than them, but the enemy unit's about to be chased down by this unit here. Oh, my hoplites got completely surrounded there. I wonder if they were just continued walking as they were attacked. That's possible because I wasn't looking. Then we get them involved in the flank battles too, ideally. Yeah, just keep up the fight, boys. Alright, let's see. Perfect. We looks like we cleaned up the enemy cav over here, so we're going to bring him into the fight. I'm going to use our abilities again here, just to rally the troops, get them more effective. Get our Drisians here ready to just finish off. This looks like the last of the enemy's main cav fighting force. So once these get taken out... Oh, it looks like they actually had one last unit that seems to be pretty tough. However, it's still only a heavy shock cav, not a very heavy shock cav, so it's weaker than mine. So we definitely have the advantage here. Just keep pushing, boys. They won't be able to escape you. Actually, they're very heavy. Well, they're very heavy versus very heavy, so they might honestly might be able to get away. Oh, look, I didn't even realize that they actually had one unit of phalanx infantry. It's only... They're both heavy, but my guys should win out, right? Actually, these guys have very good defense. So these guys are like their elite spearmen. Oh, that's pretty cool that they have that. I'm going to invest these guys over here because it looks like this guy might actually win out that fight, and I'd rather him not win out that fight if possible. Looks like they're about to break due to army losses now. Yeah, the enemy is broken. It was not an easy battle, but we won. Our axemen got pretty beat up, and so did our cav, just because they had to do so much work outnumbered. But our young horses definitely did very good job at fighting against the enemy's cav. And our archers did a very good job of getting lots and lots of kills, completely nullifying their horse archer advantage. And our hoplites did a good job holding the line. And our Thracians did better than I expected them to do, but they're also not very pressured, so kind of made it a little easier on them. These axemen here got very pressured, and I'm glad that they got a lot of kills. Right, we won the fight. We still need to take the settlement itself, but I think they shouldn't really be able to put up much of a resistance anymore. We'll see what the situation is. So it looks like they still will have one settlement left over here. Increase in rank. There's a rebellion in Parsa. Where's Parsa again? Parsa. Show me where Parsa is. Over here. I'm surprised Parsa had a rebellion. Let's see, what is the culture like? Helen's actually going down and Persian's actually going up, so I need more cultural conversion in this region. What's the public order problems for? Buildings entirely. Okay, it's mostly buildings and some cultural differences. So, looks like we'll need more Hellenic culture in this region. So, and more just general public order buildings as well. So, looks like we'll have to send the army that I've camped over here and send them towards Parsa, where there's an army. Where there's apparently a rebellion somewhere. I don't know where, though. But it is somewhere. Hey, look, I didn't realize I had a governor here. Let's deploy him. Requires attention. The young member of rival families found himself with a serious debts. Perhaps we use this to advantage. We have black by the family. Demand a bribe. Leak it. Leak it. Might not be the nice thing to do, but hey, who says we need to be nice? Let's start securing the loyalty now of of these other nobility. We still have a 0% risk of a rebellion, which is nice. But we're most probably because we're making sure to keep a close eye out and make sure everything's okay. Looks like I want that. Campaign move range is good. I do like lower upkeep as money. I think you're one of the armies with an elephant, so might as well. Yeah. Oh, Baktria is actually being swallowed up by the. Oh my! Well, I wasn't looking for like a few turns, and suddenly Baktria is down to one summit, but they have 2 full stacks. So I think Frada is about to get the slapping of a lifetime from Baktria, who's going to be like, "How dare you!" And yeah, look at that. Like, there's 1 summit, 2 full stacks. The power of AI, and as well as the major faction. Frada, the Kamojas, I guess is what the faction's called, are a minor faction, and they only have 1 full. They don't even have 1 full stack. They have 1 mostly full army left right now, and a small army over here. They're about to be shown the power of a major faction. They should have made peace when they had the chance. Oh, that's funny, actually. Alright, well, we're gonna keep sending. We're gonna send the brave companions up north. Honestly, I might end up regretting sending them north, but because it looks like the Scythian campaign is actually getting pretty. It's actually going pretty simple. Looks like there is a Scythian army heading towards my homeland, which we're gonna have to deal with. Let's go for a outpost for lower banditry. So we have Gurhos here under our control now. Let's build an aqueduct, and we already have an agora built, so let's build a consecrated ground. So they have 2 settlements to the west of here that I can take over, and pretty easily. I think those, these are part of this region here. Apparently it's only going to take 1 turn for this army to be fully replenished, so I'm going to let that 1 turn pass, and then we're going to basically... What happens if I take a step out? Like, how long would that take? Still 1 turn, so we're just going to move over here to the border, plop ourselves right here, and then attack. We'll take Olbia on the next turn, completely wiping out the Scythians a chance of navy. Then we'll push north. Honestly, I think our settlements can hold against the enemy. Let's see, what's the situation like over here? Apparently we can kind of just auto-resolve and win. Yeah, there's not really... I was really looking forward to, actually having a real siege of the settlement. But now I'm kind of like, there's not really anything left to siege anymore. Because of the fact that, like, I've wiped out the entire enemy. Like... I mean... Yeah. Okay, let's auto-resolve it then. Because we've already wiped out the entirety of the enemy army, except for, like, this weakness. Though I kind of also want to just attack. I want to attack it. It's unnecessary and probably going to cause more problems for me than benefits. I don't think, but we haven't besieged a barbarian settlement yet. I want to. Admittedly, this is honestly one of the worst armies I have for actually taking a walled settlement because of the fact that it has less infantry than most of my armies do. Is I went for the more cav army because I've been ready for war with Scythia for a while, so that's why I'm very prepared for it. So there's gate here, the capture point's there. I'm going to go for. I'm just gonna take this side here. I like how it's open here. When I take it, I can start pushing up. Over here, it does have the event of choke points, which has a nice benefit for us in the fact that they have the cav advantage, but I think we actually have the cav advantage now. But yeah, I think this is gonna be the most simple, most direct route. It's gonna be the best, assuming we can actually go up this route. Be awkward if we can't. Which one has who has the ram? I'm pretty sure there's a ram already. Do we not have a ram? I think we just have. I guess we just have ladders. Okay. We'll take the walls. We'll use the elephants to break down the gate. And we'll have our archers try and soak up the enemy, weaken the enemy for us. I'm going to use the baggage train to try and soak up more damage once again. Baggage train, you're kind of just used up as meat. You're honestly mostly meat shields to me, so it's no hard feelings, I hope. I won't say. I'm going to need to reply to this message. Are you good in about 20 finishing up something? Alright. I'm basically getting somebody into the Savage World Sphere, and basically they told me they'd be free in about 2 hours, and they're free about 2 hours early. So I'm like, oh, you free already? Are you free in about 20 minutes? So yeah, okay, let's get this battle started and win it. Alright, let's start getting that baggage train moved up so that way they can take the aggro for my archers. Because admittedly, my archers are a little bit more valuable to me than my baggage train. These guys have shield, which I can appreciate. I very much appreciate that my own archers have shields. Alright, we're gonna start getting our yep, exactly what I was hoping would happen is happening. The primary, the archer fire is currently going on my baggage train. Which is lessening the amount of force that's coming on my archers. No, they need to slow down a little bit because they're trying to get some stray shots in on themselves. Also is going to be reducing the amount of pressure that my elephants are going to take, and in turn is going to reduce the pressure basically from everything else. So the baggage train is really the hero of the army right now. We do need to keep the army that we have like kind of grouped together because I don't know if the reinforcements are going to try coming outside or not. Is my range less than I guess my range is less than I gave credit for, so I need to move these guys up more. I bagged train. I don't want you completely wiped out so you can start falling back now. So they did a good job soaking up a lot of arrow fire for my rest of my guys. Apparently they're still not close enough. I need to move them even closer now. Okay, let's do that. They are starting now to take the brunt of the arrow fire, but that's okay. Apparently the enemy's setting up, for some reason, step archers right outside their walls. That's a bit of an interesting choice of theirs. The archers should hopefully now be positioned to fire. Like, I move them very close now. There we go, now they're starting to fire. Yeah, most of them are now firing at that random step archer that's out on the field. I've engaged my general, but I don't think he'll make it in time. Oh, well, it's fine. That guy's going to be wiped out, so I'm just going to leave him up here. I'm hoping to soften up the enemy with a bunch of archer fire from behind, before my troops get up on the wall. The gate's not taking very much damage. I might start engaging my my cav in breaking down this gate, because how slow it's going. Actually, no. Let's just pull back my elephants and we'll just wait, since we don't want to. It could be a problem if we don't just do that. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Let's just throw. And we have our. All that's perfect is that our Scythians are going to be able to get a nice amount of them up on the walls before they even need to attack. They're not going to be pressured at all by the enemy, which is exactly the situation they want to be. They do not want to be the one who's the primary focus of the enemy. They want to be the one who is, basically left alone. Well, it looks like they got engaged. They got stuck on these guys, so we'll just have to surround them, surround and pound, basically. For moment there, looks like I will need to send a unit. I'll just send this guy over there, finish him off. Okay. Yeah, come on. Yeah, that guy's going pretty slow because he's very heavy, I guess. But we're gonna take out this. We're gonna squeeze this unit right here between us, and we'll just finish them off. Let's try and focus on that very heavy missile cav if you can. Maybe that one too is also going to be pretty nice as well. Alright, this means that we have effectively taken this front area. We're going to just start taking the walls now. Good job, buckaroos. Finish them off. We're now capturing the gates. Once the gates are fully under our control, we can just send our boys in. We can even just stop our elephants from attacking now, and our young boys here. Yep, they charge straight into a hoplite form unit. I'm not sure if they're fully formed up yet, but it's definitely not the wisest choice I've ever heard of. I'm going to move these guys over here now, because I'm going to position them now to a threat that's actually something that's actually a threat now. Yeah, it's almost ours. It's been decapped, so now we are capping it. I think. I think that was supposed to be what's going on. Do we actually need to break down the gate? I would think we have enough local superiority. But I guess we do not have enough local superiority, so we'll just have to wait a moment. Looks like I did see, now it's starting to go up, I think. Yeah, now it's starting to go in our favor, now that they must have had one unit who's within the capture zone or something. And battle is over. We have won. Only taking minimal losses, most of which are that being my baggage train. And now the settlement is ours. That might honestly be the last big major city that Scythia has left. So in which case, we've basically broken their back defensively. So now the only thing left are going to be their weakened garrisons. These guys were beaten. I don't think they're really killed. I think they probably just fled. We can apparently liberate them if we really want to, but I'm going to occupy. Start converting things and demolishing things we can't use or don't want to use. I don't want to use that. For now, I'm not going to use that, but I probably will later. This might as well use that to make some undeveloped land. Let's make a consecrated ground to start getting some kind of cultural conversion going on. We already have that being worked up from Siracena, but we can always have more, right? Plus the public order bonus is nice to have. Let's move these guys up to try and intercept. Looks like we actually can upgrade our horse levels, which is nice. I can't afford it anymore, but I was able to upgrade 2 out of the 3 with level 2 horses. I don't really know what that means, but it probably makes my horses, maybe the speeds better. We can actually compare. What am I saying? So we have these guys here. Yeah, they have better, actually, for some reason they have his worse. Oh, because of the experience. Let's use the same experience. Oh, yeah, looks like it's supposed to be just slightly faster speed, but not enough to actually make a tick. But that's the only difference I can see, slightly faster horses. I guess that's why it's only 150. Yeah, we basically have one sliver left of the coast, but they don't have a port there. We just need to take Raw, and we'll have this entire province of Scythia. And we just need to take Olbia, and Donu Prapara, and we'll have all of Samartia. So let's, I guess, take... Well, actually, we can't do it this turn. It's not yet been a full turn for that. Okay. So there is an enemy army, but it's a very small one. It's not a full stack. And this army's not full stack either. And I don't honestly... I'm not too threatened for that army, actually. I think it could attack any of my settlements over here, and they'd be able to handle that. I definitely want to keep an eye on the Baktria situation, because I am very curious about what Baktria is going to do. Once it slaps the Kamojas and put them in their place. If they choose to try and fight me again, then I'll just have to kill them. You know, I gave them mercy once; they won't get mercy again. Looks like Rome is almost done conquering all of Greece. I assume it's Rome. I'm assuming it's Rome. But if it's Rome, I'm surprised that they chose to liberate Athens instead of conquering it. If it's Crete who conquered it, who liberated Athens, I'm also surprised about that. I'm not going to join war against them. How about this? How about this? You become a client state. Then I'll join war against Baktria. Not good? Alright, then I'll not do it. Looks like Scythian armies are moving around now. Got some spies and things, but nothing too serious, it looks like. Looks like one of my allies is moving around. Maybe they're trying to deal with some of my enemies. I'm not going to join war against Baktria, because I don't think I need to. Looks like Baktria, I think, over the internet has conquered one of Kamojas' territories. I'm surprised Asgarta is moving their armies through my lands instead of through their own lands. And like, trying to attack Baktria. Like, they could actually go through my lands to attack Baktria if they want to, but they're too scared to do that. Gore has their rebellion. A new child is born. Perfect. Careless sons. Influence +3 to the court nobles. Is that us who's court nobles? Who are we again? We're respected now. We need to be admired. But I think we gained some influence now, so we need to keep going up. So I need a... Where's the rebel? Maybe they were killed by Asgarta. That's probably what happened. If I'm being honest. Okay, Marv, Nissa, Amul, Baktria. I need to upgrade stuff. I want to see if there's anything I can... I want to start converting things. Perfect, that's going to start making Hellenicism higher. Let's see, Parsa, though, I definitely want to start... Like, once I get a population surplus, which which will hopefully happen eventually, I'm going to start building something to increase our Hellenic conversion, because the higher the Hellenicism falls, the lower it falls, and higher Persian goes, the less public order there will be. And I know the fact that it's Persian because I have a Persian settlement here, and apparently, you know, there's not enough influence for the Temple of Athens and everything else, so we're going to have to apparently do some other stuff to make it work out. I'm surprised a colony doesn't provide... I thought that provided something by cultural bonus or something. I guess I was wrong. Okay. Oh, let's see. Apparently there's lots of upgrades I can do now. But let's upgrade our newest acquisition first to try and make it so that it doesn't quickly devolve into slums. Let me convert you. I'll convert you into an inn to help with banditry problems, and you I'm going to convert to an agora as well, but for some other purpose. You I actually honestly want to convert to a market town, because I think that'll be good. Or banditry is pretty nice too, but I think banditry is already not actually is a problem right now, but it should become less of a problem soon. So I think moving to this will be will be just fine. Going to market town. I think that's the end of the map, so that's why I can't go over there. Let me find my other Skabais and things like that. Do I have any other dignitaries I don't know about? Apparently I do have another dignitary I don't know about, so I guess I'll deploy you. Penelope, I'll start moving over here. Right? Yeah. You are fine. Apparently this is the end of the... Apparently you can't go any more north? Maybe? Maybe that's what that is. Okay. Well, it's good to know that I found the northern extremity of the map. Alright, we'll have this guy explore from near Raw. Let Penelope go explore more westward, see what enemies we might have to face in the west. We might try to make allies, that way we don't have to worry about them, so that way we can just focus entirely on Rome itself. We now have marine training, which means we can now start making those docks that I've been wanting to make. Where I need to go to, it's over here, Antioch. How much is it going to be? I can afford it. Perfect. And let's start going for mercenaries. Okay, perfect. Eventually I do want to make that new fleet, but I'll make that in Antioch as well. This is a military war. Actually, it's probably where I'd want to make it, but you know what I mean. All right, so we're gonna besiege Alba now. Albia. I guess we don't have enough movement to do that. Now let's see. Where is Diax? There we go. Yeah, these guys are gonna need to take a little while before they can fully replenish themselves. So. Just due to the population, but they're just fine where they are for now. I'm gonna actually take them outside of Dykes for now, and just have them patrol the region. You know, they'll be good for whole defending it and stuff like that, but nothing else for now. I'll send these guys to take a Raw, I guess. I'll take them a few turns, but they'll get there. So let's see Baktria situation. Now, yeah, they've retaken Capiceni. They just need to retake Eucratia. It looks like these guys are almost back to a full stack of this army. So they might be able to put up a decent fight. However, they have an army, a weak army right here, raiding Capiceni. They definitely need to work on making another full stack to help defend themselves against Baktria, or else Baktria will just slap them around. I'm hoping they kind of just fight each other, keep themselves each other weak enough that I can, and you know, I'll just keep taxing them. Perfect, don't you think? Perfect evil plan. Enemy army retreats. Complete concealment already deceived. Oh yeah, and I did see something about family expanded. I'm kind of curious to look at. It looks like these guys hate barbarians. So they love the fact that I am at war with a lot of them right now. He's a populist, which means -10 loyalty for every tax above average. I think it's average for me, so +1 loyalty to reach out problems for players' common culture is dominant. This guy's subversive. What does that mean again? +1 for each agent action for 5 turns. So that'll be actually good because I think we have a lot of agent actions right now. Hates Easterners, so we basically -2 loyalty. So that's probably why he's not a big fan of me because I've made multiple agreements with people. And of course he likes Romans. So this is probably why he's not happy with me right now, because I went from being friendly with Rome to being enemies of Rome. And they're mercantile, so they left. And there's also bigot, which means they're because I am promoting a lot of multiculturalism in my empire. You know, these guys are getting probably getting a lot of backing because of the fact of that. Because of that, so I definitely need to play the politic game and start finding ways to purge them again, because they're starting to become a little bit more of a problem. And we definitely need to avoid that. I think yours is mostly spear-armed unit. Let's go for that. Oops. What is this? Right? Why would you want -4 gravitas per turn? That's just ridiculous. I guess you're a sociopath, but I don't think that excuses it, good sir. Apparently my faction leader is a bit of a sociopath. I don't know what that says about me, but I don't think it says good things. Alright. I'm going to click the intro button while I do the end of video, goodbyes and all that stuff. So if you guys liked the video, slap that like button. Subscribe to see more of my content, and I hope to see you guys next time. There might not be a Cathay video this week, mostly due to the fact that I am a bit on the busier end, but not like I'm going to be very busy tomorrow. I have to take my car in for oil change and friends visiting, so we'll see if I might be able to make something in the evening, but I definitely won't be able to make one in the morning like I usually do. But tomorrow, maybe I will do it. Not tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, but if maybe at night, if there's enough time, I'll do it. Oh, we got ambushed. Oh no. Oh no, this is really bad. This is super bad. Oh, I did not think the enemy had an army was strong enough to attack me. Oh my. I had a thought for a moment to try and defend against. I'd like to put him behind the city so there's less likely he's going to be attacked. But this is definitely not good. The fact that they got ambushed makes it even worse. Alright, well guys, if you guys like, see you guys next time. We'll see what happens next. Bye-bye.